Hi, this is MJ from ReadGreatLiterature.com. Thanks for joining me for our screencast, Poems, Hear the Rhythm, which will help you learn about traditional rhythm and meter in poetry. The music of poetry. The sound of a human voice speaking language is not so different from the sound of music. Speech, like music, creates a parade of distinct packets of sound that flow continuously with rhythm and pattern. Some sounds are accented harder than others, just like the beats in music. Traditional poetry uses rhyme and meter. For instance, from Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Hearing and even naming a poem's meter is simple when you know just a few things. First, count the syllables. What is a syllable? A syllable is a unit of pronunciation having one vowel sound, with or without surrounding consonants. Words can have just one or many more syllables. Every time you open your mouth to change its position to make the next sound of a word, you are pronouncing a new syllable. To recognize the type of meter in a poem, first you need to be able to count the syllables in a word, line, or sentence. Let's practice by counting syllables in our names. My granddaughter's name is Marin Evelyn. Marin Evelyn. That's 5 syllables. The poet who wrote Stopping by Woods is Robert Frost. Robert Frost. That's 3 syllables. As you can hear, I've been clapping my hands along with each different syllable. Why don't you try that? Pronounce each syllable of your own name and clap your hands. Here are a few other names to practice with. Henry, 2. Luis, 2 syllables. Madison, 3 syllables. Rebecca, 3. Jaden, 3 syllables. Once you can count the number of syllables, then you can start to hear the accents. If you take a look at the dictionary entry, you can find the apostrophe-like mark where the pronunciation of dictionary is shown. Right here, you can see this little apostrophe-like mark, and up here in the word diction, here's another one. This mark shows which syllable of the word dictionary is accented. Accented means pronounced more heavily. Dictionary. Accented syllables are actually defined for each word in our language. It isn't arbitrary which syllable is accented. That is part of the actual structure of the word. Dictionary pronunciation guides show which syllables are supposed to be accented when we pronounce them. For instance, we say poetry, not poetry. Occasionally, accented syllables of a particular word may vary when English is spoken in different countries or regions. For instance, the word laboratory. The American way of pronouncing the word is laboratory, with the first syllable accented. In the UK, the word is pronounced laboratory, with the second syllable accented. In these words, which syllables are accented? Here's the chance to practice a little. The word particle, first syllable. Happily, first syllable. Onward, first syllable is accented. Complete, the second syllable. Consistent, the center syllable is accented. So now you can go around finding some other words to try out. Choose a word and pronounce it as you normally do, without looking up in the dictionary pronunciation guide which syllables are accented. Some longer words have more than one accent. So you can check your choice by finding out how the word sounds if you accent a different syllable from the one you chose. If you chose the right one on the first try, then your variation of accent is going to sound completely wrong. Here's an example, the word tomatoes. Can we pronounce the word tomatoes? No, if we did, people wouldn't understand what we're saying. We could say tomatoes, or as the old song goes, tomatoes, with the second syllable accented, but we could not accent the first syllable or it won't be comprehensible. So now we can hear the accented words and syllables within sentences. In speaking English sentences, we naturally accent some words or syllables over others. Poets will take advantage of that natural rise and fall, stress and unstress, to create rhythm in a poem. Where are the accents in these everyday sentences? The dog is in the yard. I need to go to the grocery today. I love to read poetry. Now we can look at a poem to find the pattern of accents in a line of poetry. Going back to Robert Frost's Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, let's listen. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. Most lines in Stopping by Woods have 8 syllables with alternating unaccented and accented syllables. Now you are ready to learn about poetic feet in Rhythm and Meter Part 2. I hope you'll join us.